All right, guys, we are at the Wandering Magpie today in Owasso, Oklahoma, just outside of Tulsa. And right as we come in, the first thing we see is these fantastic vintage toys. I love the Rambo. Never saw the movie, I'm going to be honest, but got some really great in the box. Now we're at the first booth. I love this light blue glass. It was great. And then, I saw the Homer Laughlin. I had to pick it up. I love the rhythm. Rhythm is such a great pattern. I don't really know the treatment on this one. I'd have to look, but from the 1950s. Big fan of Homer Laughlin. Some really cute little fluted bud vases. I love this cut crystal. I need to take a better look at it. It did feel like it might have been cut at the top, but I think it might also have been pressed. I saw this little tray. It was pretty heavy duty. It looks like it's going to be vintage, but turn it over and it wasn't. But it's still cute and definitely has some use to it. I like that little napkin holder. There's some art and some trivets, kind of some basic stuff. Now this right here is one of my favorite booths. I love these old books right here, and I need to sit down and read what is written in the cover there. It looks pretty interesting. Kind of thumbed through upside down, and it was a dental book, I think. I don't know, but there's a lot of really great collections of things in this booth. She does a really great job of kind of like mixing some newer things with some vintage items. So this right here, I'm going to love this pottery. I do think there's a piece later on in a second you're going to see that matches. But she does have a couple of newer things. We've got the Ray Dunn, and I love this little hummingbird mug. This looks so cute. Now we're going to look at this. It's very interesting. Look at this. It is a nursery rhyme glass bowl. I'm going to have to do a little research on that to find out more, because I thought that was kind of cool. It was something I'm definitely going to want to look into. Some really great transferware pieces and some china. Really kind of like the aesthetic of that. I have this little Jeanette bowl right there, and it's going to be hard to part with. Again, there's some newer pieces that are meant to look older, but they blend well. This right here, that's what I'm talking about. I think it matches, and I might have to go back for those because they were in great condition. And some dishes. I love the Mikasa here. It's a really cool not Art Deco, but vintage pattern. Got some green glass slipping in. And I love this little decanter set. Oh, cute. And then this clock. Oh, you're gonna watch me fumble with it for a second. But this is a travel clock, and it slides open. Super cute. It says that it works, and it was about $45, which I think is, or $25. I think it's pretty reasonable. It's the year of the horse, and so she did this wonderful Oklahoma equestrian vignette. The art is great and kind of give you an overall feel for how her booth looks. I kind of like her setup there, but then look, I saw this print and I had to go get a closer look. That is gorgeous. All right, the next booth. This is a lot of fun. Had some great pieces. Cat Dog Nickelodeon show. And we're going to feature my fantastic camera skills. Sometimes I forget that I should aim the camera at things. I loved these, but 30 was a little steep. So just kind of check them out, looked at them. I've picked them up a couple of times, but again, the price is steep. Little dog was so cute. Resin, not very old. This I've been eyeballing for a minute. I absolutely adore this strawberry American pottery. I might need it. I also picked this up a couple of times. Not that it's out of my price range, but it definitely would be an item for me as a collector, not for something for resale. So, but it's kind of nice to see what everybody has. I love these tiny little teacups and saucers. I have a problem with miniature things, and I thought that was so cute. This woodpecker, that's actually a pretty good price. I was thinking about getting that. I just love him so much. Cute. I wanted to take a look at this bowl right here to kind of do comparative pricing. She's got 12. I have an amber one that's similar, so I was just kind of wondering what this booth has stuff priced at. And look at this little bird down here. Oh, I gotta take a look at him. It was $9. So I was like, yeah, that's kind of retail. But I do kind of like him, and I have a little bird collection I need to move into the booth space. And then I love to see this picture down here. Do I go for the picture? Yes. I think this is a lemonade picture. I've looked at this one a couple of times too. I really like the lines in the silhouette. I love the hand painting, and it's a great lemonade jar. We looked at the bottom here. It is from Bavaria. I think it might be a little bit more of a newer piece. I don't think it's super antique. It's definitely vintage. And then this creepy thing. If you guys have ever gone to the bears? I don't know, the Country Bear Jamboree. It's kind of scary, the animatronics. Leave a comment if you guys have ever seen that, and if you're scared of them or not scared of them. I am kind of scared of them, but also fascinated. Then I came across this, and I was shopping with 2 little buddies, and it was so fun for them to look at these buttons and how the buttons worked. They were pretty intrigued. They'd never seen a tape player before. And then we came over to the sewing machine. I kind of want this. I wonder if it looks kind of cute, looks interesting. And we looked through here, kind of some, again, a mix of some more contemporary stuff, a little bit of vintage and a tiny little bit of antique, but it's all a lot of fun. And this booth space was 30% off. Kind of love these cats. I've seen them before. I don't know what this little guy was, but he was intriguing to me. I had to pick him up and take a look at that grin. Looks like a Boyd's bear right there. Love the transferware. This plate, I have a set of 8 cups and saucers and the sugar and cream set that goes with that. So I might be picking that up to go with that as a little set. Seen these cats all the time. I've actually sold a couple pieces of those. Like, they've done pretty good. They sell pretty quick for me. This was interesting. This was a silver plated cigar holder, and it looks like it's going to have age, and then I pop the top off, and it doesn't really look like it's any vintage or anything like that. I struggled with getting the lid back on. Was not as easy as it should have been, so we're going to cut the struggle out.
Valentine's Day.
It's red butter dish. Yeah, it's nice. It's cute. These right here, though, I know that they specifically, Anchor Hawking sold these a lot of the times in Oklahoma, and they were a set. I actually sold a couple of mugs like that, and I loved them. And then I saw this back here. I was like, wow, this looks super cool. Thinking, is this, this is going to be some kind of neat mid-century modern California pottery piece. And flip it over, and it's contemporary. It's still gorgeous, but not necessarily something that I'm into the mass-produced. I kind of like the potteries. I wish that was something other than Kansas, because I like the collector tins. There's my little shopping buddy there. He had to show me this bear. This bear is the derpiest thing I've ever seen. It is handmade. And I kind of think I might need him. I don't know. I don't know what I would do with him. I just look at him. Maybe keep him for a little bit, but he just is so silly. And I picked this up and was like, nah, I don't know, about $14. That thing looks like it's seen some better days. Some great books, a burglar alarm. And up here, I love this vintage ephemera. It's so cool. And these are actually the green stamps. And I pull one out or I pull a couple out to kind of take a look. I love the vintage art. One time I actually picked up a vintage purse at Salvation Army, and it still had the S&H green stamps in it. So I was like, I'm going to kind of check them out and see. I thought these were really cool. Just kind of fun and flip through. I was really mostly looking for the artwork. I'm kind of struggling with one hand. Again, this is my second video, so I'm doing all right. Price point was $10 a piece. Not really, they were, again, retail. I wasn't a lot of room to make any profit, but as far as just having it there for the art for Mother, gifts for father, or they're fine gifts for father. So cool. I kind of wish they still had stuff like this. I like that. When you fill this page. So another way to buy U.S. savings bonds. I guess we kind of have the same thing, like Kohl's Cash might be the same. This phone really got me. Part of me wants to get this because, first of all, the area code 918. We all know that's Tulsa. But then if you look, 341, that's a Claremore prefix. So any 3401 numbers is coming from Claremore. So that phone is from Claremore. And I wonder, it'd be pretty easy to figure out. It's beautiful Jeanette glass piece. Reminded me of the one that I passed up yesterday at Goodwill when I bought nothing. Some vintage skates. I liked those. And then we're into one of my good friend's booths. I love this one because look at the Frankoma. I love the yellow Frankoma. Oh, so pretty.
Is what?
Love the leaf. This great little banana dish. She's got some great pieces. Again, she does a good job of mixing vintage with new stuff. So has this really nice, there's a drip cut. Look at that. So pretty. So I kind of like that. I like the melding of also, the vintage with some of the contemporary stuff. Also having a camera when you're short is fantastic. Then this, oh my gosh, these are to die for. I cannot. And then look at this setup. She's got the little fondue table with the greens and the yellows. Got the chartreuse, little snack set. I love this table. This little setup is so cute. Made me want to get a fondue pot. And my little shopper, he's coming around helping me out. He was helping me film. This fondue pot I've been eyeballing for quite some time. I love the color scheme of it. I love the enamel. I love cheese. So it's kind of like got all the marks. These mugs. My mom actually used to make coffee out of those mugs all the time when I was growing up. So kind of has some nostalgia for me. Love this tablecloth. She got picked that one up. And then the latch hooks. She has definitely gotten some great pieces here. They're all, I highly covet them.
This right here,
and of course, you know, I'm going to love the Granada by Homer Laughlin.
This right here,
and this is, the color is, I think it's Harvest Gold. I know it also came in an olive green. This is a fantastic covered dish. Homer Laughlin, the Granada, so pretty. I like everything Homer Laughlin except for Fiesta wear. Fiesta's boring. Granada, not boring. I wish that they did the Granada in the same colors that they did Fiesta wear. And then we got an adding machine. They have some great vintage sweaters. There was a couple ones like, ooh, you know what? I might want to pick those up. And the booth right across the way has this fantastic TV lamp. $50. It's a pretty good price. It looks like it's in good condition. So this might be something I might come back for. Maybe not necessarily to resell, maybe to enjoy for a little while and then resell it. But look at that. Oh, I love it. I want a TV lamp so bad. That's on my bucket list to get. And now we're in the third booth of the shopping adventure. He has got some great glass. Look at that. So pretty. I love that kind of depression frosted glass. You can definitely tell it's old, hand painted. I don't know if that's for the set. I didn't fully take a look, but I love that. I love the frosted and the hand painting. Now it's obviously, it's not fired on, so it's not, these are definitely decorative. This good piece of Goofus glass. Wow, that's pretty good condition. It's, you don't see a lot of Goofus glass. And here's George. Hello, everybody. There, I'm the antique nomad today. Check that. There's some Westmoreland. It's beautifully hand-painted trinket dish. We've got some pink depression glass and more contemporary depression glass. And he's got some awesome pieces. I do really well with ashtrays, so I was kind of thinking about picking them up. And then here's a piece of Fenton. I liked that. I sold 2 pieces of Fenton out of my booth yesterday. And then, you know, I'm coveting this because this is some Roseville. And I do love me Roseville. It's a good price. I took a look at it. I don't know if I would necessarily be reselling that.
No.
because I'm going to tell you soft spot for pottery, especially Roseville pottery. I love that one. I had to look at it. Oh, the blue, so fantastic. And then looking at some more things, there's a cookie jar back here. I actually have one of these for sale as well. Mine's a darker glaze. I kind of like the darker glaze, but that one's pretty good. And I know I sent some of these off to California about a month ago. So again, I kind of like looking through the booths and just kind of getting an idea for how people are pricing stuff to give me, you know, a litmus test. I had to stop and look at the McCoy. Oh, the bear is so cute. He has a couple of good McCoy pieces in this booth. And I'm like, you know what? I do kind of like some of that stuff. This one, to die for. I do love it. Oh my gosh, so pretty. This is going to be one I might have to come back for. Look at the tag. Price isn't too bad. I love the way it feels. It's got a great like texture to it. And then this back here, love that. Look at the mark on the bottom. So pretty. But he definitely has some good things. And him and I have been talking about trading. So there might be a couple of things I might bring up and see if he'd be willing to trade. My little shopper loved this little nesting box. He had to show it to me. He's like, check this out. And he loved that the little box went inside the little box. He thought that was so cool. Very clever. And again, this right here is the colorway. I think this is around the time like Fiesta started to come out. I know a lot of companies were going back and trying to replicate that kind of design. But this guy's got some really great stuff in his booth. And I really kind of enjoy coming and taking a look. So he's got the gamut. You know, we've got the old bottles at the top. He definitely has something for everybody. So I love the lamp there. We have the golden books. Look at this little sweet thing. Our Baby by Miss Frances. And so the golden age, but he takes good care of them. They're all in dust jackets like that, so they're going to be protected. Yeah. And then he has blue. Now I was like, I wasn't sure if this was Murano or not. He says it's Murano, and I kind of take a look, but I don't think it is. For me, that kind of might be Viking or it's definitely American. I don't know. If I'm wrong, hit me in the comments and let me know. I love this blue too. I gotta have every single piece. Oh, see, I need this because I have the match one of these, and so I'm wondering if he'll trade if I bring him the other set. Plus, I have the domes for the top. If he trades something, he'd give me a little something if I brought that to him. But it's got some great stuff. I love the color coding, and this right here. I was trying to get some more information. I was looking at that. I was like, I can't tell. It says that it's antique. Part of it looks like that crazing is intentional and it's made to look antique, but then the bottom kind of looks, I don't know. The jury was out on that one. So if you know anything about it, let me know. I love the primitive kitchenware, the art. Oh, so cool. Check that guy out. That's me. Wait, no, that's me. I'm yelling at the table, but he has some really great pieces of art. Now, he also has some more McCoy. This particular kind of McCoy, I'm not horribly into. It is more contemporary. I don't like the pattern. Also Frankoma. I know a lot of people love Frankoma. I'm very selective. Oh, the Anchor Hawking Ruby Red. I have had a couple of those and they've sold really well for me. These were neat. There wasn't a mark on them or anything like that, but I do think they're contemporary just because they're heart-shaped. Love the peacock. Fireplace cover. And we're flipping through the comic books. And I don't know a lot about comic books. I do know sometimes you look at the prices. It says like if it was 35 cents. But I also I like the artwork. I can definitely appreciate them. But there's a really good little collection here. Any Beavis and Butthead in there? Little Lulu. I liked that. Marvel's Superboy. But my little shopper had a good time kind of showing me. All right, so this is going to be the last booth of this video. And everything in here is 40% off, which is pretty exciting. She has some great stuff. I absolutely love the things that she has. Starting down here, she's got some tools. And she's got great glass. And she also has a little bit mix of the modern with the vintage and antique. Salt and pepper shakers. I love the little praying mantis. He's so cute. Would have been great for the bug show on knickknacks. These I'm kind of thinking about. I'm kind of partial. I like those a lot. Those are sweet. But look at these prints back here. I love those. Those are so cool. I had to check out this box. It was interesting. I was hoping it was a hair receiver. It was not. Some good vintage picture frames. And then her owl collection. Look at all the owls. Where's this guy looking? He has got one eye in one direction and the other in another. And for some reason, the cows ended up there. I don't think that's where the cows go. But she's got some super fun stuff. I love this. Look at the vintage suitcases. And then I see this emerald green satin bag. Whew, that is so pretty. I love that. That would be something I would pick up for my collection. Had to leave her behind because we're not out shopping for my collection, are we? These animals were so cute. They look like they're fabric that are framed. I don't know if it was contemporary from a store, but I thought they were sweet. And then just some really nice decorative pieces. Look at that. That was cool. It's like a stained glass. But the prices are pretty good, kind of taking a look. I know those Smurf glasses actually sell very well. Every time I work at the antique mall, a lot of people end up picking those up. This is the exact one that I have that I'm going to struggle parting with. I love this little jewelry box. I thought that was so cute. And the dogs. We had the Antique Nomad did a dog show this week, and so I've kind of picked up on my love of all things dog. I was like, are those Lalique? No, I don't think so, but they're still pretty, but didn't make me feel happy. But it's just kind of cool stuff. Check that out. That's neat. I like also that mirror, the mirrors that were back there. And cardboard mugs. These are cool. She has like grab bags, and I'm half tempted to get one because I'm interested. On the what? My little shopping buddy loved this mug about the Morton Salt Girl. He thought that was so cute and wanted to make sure I featured her. Matchbox. That's so pretty. I like that. Some great glass baskets. Some Pyrex. Now I collect those, and I don't have that color. So that might be something I might come back and pick up. And again, dogs are on my mind. I thought that was a cute little painting.
Photographed and framed.
Love that. We've got the green dishes are so cute. Look at this hobbyist piece lamp. Is she so fun? I'm super kitsch. I have that green dish. I love it. Now this is Murano. And I could tell because the bottom is different and it has that kind of like chunkier feel. This cat's been there for a second, and I do love him. And so he's been on my mind. So there's a couple of things around that I really like. And, all right, so there's that. And we're going to end the video with a little preview of my booth. As I say, thank you guys so much for watching. And I appreciate any likes or subscriptions because this is my second video. If you have any comments, any questions, leave them down in the comments for me below. And I will be back soon with another video with a couple more booths from the Wandering Magpie. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great day.